This is episode 2 of my DIY cinema build, and in this episode I'm going to go over the full basement build, and then I'll take you down, I'll run through all the plans and show you the videos and photos of the construction along the way. So we start back when the back of the house had been demolished, and we're going to now start creating a section for the basement, which is going to be dug out immediately behind where the house ended, and the back of the house had to be underpinned to allow that to happen so that the basement and the excavation wasn't going to cause problems for the house. The room here I'm showing this was going to be the original room for the cinema back when it was just going to be a smaller room back on the ground level, and that room was almost big enough for cinema but not quite, and that's why I ended up going down to create a bigger basement area for the cinema. So at this stage the refurbishment was under construction for quite a long time. The excavation here was done while we were actually overseas on holidays, so I didn't get to see the actual concrete pour when they went through this. And the section of piping coming out of the ground here is to provide for a pump down to the basement area so that if the room ever flooded, basically there's a process where that can be brought back out through the side of the house and it would be pumped out automatically. With the builder, I just had a raw concrete finish done, so it was never done so that the walls were going to be finished. And what you can start to see in these photos is the section around those back and side was very rough concrete, and that's going to cause a problem later on because they did not resolve that before putting the Bondex slab over the top. Here the slab's gone over, and now we are starting to construct the back of the house. But in terms of now getting downstairs, we've got a room down there, and the major problem with it really at the time was there was no power at all still within the house, and there was also no stairs, so there was just a ladder to get down there, and then once you're down there, after daylight had a little bit of light coming through to it, it was really just pitch black down there. The grate on the ground there is where the pump then feeds back from if there's ever water into the room. But there was a couple of things where in that one of the side walls at the base of the stairwell, there was a crack that when there was heavy amounts of extreme rain in winter at the time, and the whole side of the house now had no pathways, so the water was just going straight down, and there was a crack that the water was seeping through. Wasn't very happy with that, obviously, and we had that injected and sealed off, and then after future rains it didn't come back. But that was something not really wanting to see when the concrete really had just been done. But in the future, with the concrete pathways above it, there was no heavy amounts of rain that wasn't being fed otherwise through the stormwater system to get rid of it first. Now the framing for the staircase wall, or the back rear wall, has just been made. My builder's doing this, and it's just being left into a state where the rest of the room's unfinished, but they finish down through to the staircase section. Still, the only way to get in and out of the room is via the ladder. And this is now the look from the top where I just walked down from a second ago. It's quite a tall void where the chandelier light hangs down. Insulation's going into the back wall. From memory, I think I ended up pulling all that out and redoing it with rock wool for better sound absorption. So I missed that at the time of getting the builder to do it. And I took a lot of measurements along the way, so I knew exactly where all the studs and all the sections were coming out, so I had all my measurements to go back on later on, and one of them was this pipe that's coming out of the wall here, and that's going to feed the kitchen under the kitchen sink basically, but I needed to know where that was going to be so that it wasn't going to interfere in my Atmos speakers. So I took my measurements of where that was, but also later on you'll see in the construction that that pipe, which is going to be extended all the way through to the kitchen sink area, I wrapped that whole thing in mass-loaded vinyl so that being down in the cinema room, you never hear running water once you're in the room because there's so many layers of sound treatment between being in the room and where that pipe was. And some more footage here of just being in that room after hours. At some stage, the builder had to send a concrete cutter back, and probably the worst job of anyone's life was taking all the corners of the room and returning it back to right angles. So that was quite frustrating because of the fact that it wasn't done before the Bondex slab was put in place. And this phase, it took a while to get to this phase where it was just a clean concrete room again and back ready to start on actually the framing out, which is going to be the next video. I'll show you how we did the room within the room, framing within this whole area. And there's that water leak again before we started getting into build the staircase. I kept taking photos and monitoring it after there was ever rainfall so I could see how it was responding after they did do their treatment eventually. And the corner of the room here, you can start seeing now the concrete has been cut back to a right angle so that we can now build sort of, probably about 50 mil off from the concrete wall with the framing. There was power running through the distribution board, but there was also no ventilation down here. So cutting out those corners, which was incredibly hardened concrete, was done by a guy, and I helped him on a couple of days when he was doing it. And once he started cutting into the wall, it would just come up with a cloud of dust, and you could not see more than a foot or two in front of your face. It was, the whole thing would just go up in a haze, and you just have to literally be running it by a spotlight, a work spotlight, to try to see where you were cutting and what you were doing. It was horrible. This was the fan. There was a ducted fan down there trying to remove all of that, but it wasn't that effective really. And the guy that was doing the cutting was not very happy with me having to do that job, I guarantee you that. But the room got finished. We've now got basically a neutral palette to work from, so that I've now got my final dimensions. I can start taking all the framing measurements, and at this stage we're ordering all the timber to start that rolling through as well. The pipe that's now feeding has now been installed up to the kitchen area, so now we've actually got the actual area where it goes to, how far it extended into the room, which is about 2/3 of the room that it runs through. And I also could see the depth that it ran down at the lowest point, so that I knew the room within a room, the maximum height of the joists of that, how much clearance they needed so that they weren't going to be interfering with it. And then, thank God, eventually we got a staircase in there. I was going down there for, it felt like a couple of months with just going up and down that ladder. So eventually the staircase was done. The back of the wall there has obviously been all plasterboarded, and we've now got handrails starting to be installed. And yeah, going down there for the first time was amazing, not having to worry about climbing up and down the ladder, especially when you had equipment to try to start carrying all the debris of rocks and dirt I was still bucketing out at that stage. The last stage the builder was going to do is to carpet the staircase, but I'm going to have them pause at that because I want them to carpet the staircase the same time as carpeting the room, so that when we get to the join, we've got not just it's being done at the doorway, but we can also wait while we're going to be cutting and transferring all of the plasterboard for the walls, which is going to be incredibly messy. So we wanted to wait until we've done all that before we start getting carpet anywhere near that room. If you've got any questions or comments about how I've done things, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'll try to come back and answer anything that I can. If you think I made a horrible mistake in any of the steps, feel free, let me know that below. Too late for me to do anything about it, but it might help other people in doing their construction projects. That's how I learned mine, just from seeing how other people built their rooms. So all comments welcome, thanks. And this was the day that for the first time I let my kids come and visit and go into that room. They'd been in the house while it was under construction to visit, but they'd never seen downstairs while there wasn't a staircase. So for the first time we've all now gone down there and had a look and stood in the dark basically, because it was late afternoon one day and there was no light left, but they had a hilarious time. Now we're at day one essentially of construction of the wall framing, so that hasn't exactly started yet, but what we're doing is we're now just getting all the pre-areas done, and especially lining the sides with a termite barrier. So what we're doing is laser measuring all around the wall. So we had the exact area that we needed to come off and space the framing. So we marked all that into the ground so we know where we're going to start laying all of the termite barrier, and then also where the timber framing section can start from. After getting the laser measure, we also then had exact measurements for the room, because I can now measure from the Sharpie line on the floors and see exactly the final room dimensions. So I know then, when I was starting to at the same time still be drawing up plans for the screen and that whole front wall, I now for the first time had final dimensions, after allowing for all the timber framework, of how large and how wide that screen could be. And I was always kind of like working a couple of steps ahead of where we were in construction. So we might be doing construction in the daytime for about 3 to 4 weeks, and then at the same time at night times I was sort of still doing plans, measuring, and doing orders for the next wave of things that we're going to be needing over the next month coming up after that. The builder did finish off the back wall, or the end wall from the staircase, and what I needed to do is I needed to work out where the TV was going to be on that wall. So you saw it when I was walking in at the start. There's a TV mounted there. It just rotates through digital movie posters. But what I needed to do is mark out the exact position of that wall where the TV was going to go, as well as marking out the area where extra supports could go into the back of it, so I could mount the wall mount for the TV. And then that grey box is essentially a void, so that I knew I wanted to have possibly 3 or 4 power points sitting in that. It's hidden behind the TV, so you can't ever see it, but that's also containing switches for powering the TV, powering the devices that are running the digital movie poster, as well as things like the LED lighting around the screen. So getting that in place was critical to be able to instruct the builder the position of the stud that they could put in. And this is a lot later on, this finished picture, where it's just before they were starting to carpet. So that's really the basement construction. The next video in the series is going to be when we start doing the wall framing, and we've got some crazy times about trying to establish these 7-meter long framed walls where the carpenter and I were lifting it and putting it into place. And whilst it was an enormous amount of fun, it was hard work. That's coming up in the next video. Hang out for that. It'll be here in 1 week's time. Thanks for watching this one. I've got all of my links down below for all the equipment and all the construction materials that I used in this room if you're interested in doing the research yourself. Otherwise, I'll see you on my next video. Bye.